If there was something about your department that you wish more people knew, tell me about the throwdown.
Putting me on the spot. Great questions. Great questions.
Welcome to Pasadena Works, the podcast that takes you inside City Hall and beyond in 15 minutes or less. We're joined today by Aquatics Recreation Manager Sajjad Mia. Welcome, Sajjad.
Thank you. It's great to be here with you, Laura.
Thank you for coming. You're one of our first guests, and we're going to talk about something near and dear to my heart, which Pasadena pools, because that's actually my very first job when I was 15 years old at what used to be Strawberry and Memorial Pool. I was a cashier. Couldn't pass the lifeguard test, but we won't go there. Let's talk about how the pools are now. They've changed a lot since I was growing up in Pasadena back in the day, but we've made a lot of improvements. And then some of the pools that were back then are still here today with updates. Let's talk about the various pools that are offered.
Yeah, so I would say the biggest pool, and the one everybody knows, of course, is Strawberry Water Park. So Strawberry Water Park is our big water park with 3 slides, an inflatable obstacle course, a children's play unit in the middle, and then a lazy river. So a lot of different offerings there. And then we've also got our Sunset and Red Bluff pool. So those, I would say, are more like your neighborhood pool.
The neighborhood pools, the smaller pools.
Definitely. But one of their upsides that Strawberry doesn't have is a deep end. So definitely something to enjoy if you're looking for that. But it's just a small figure 8 pool with some slides in that deep end. Yeah.
Okay, and so all of the pools are open to Pasadena residents. Are they open to non-Pasadena residents? Let's say somebody from Deer Park or South Houston wants to come swim. Can they do that?
Yeah, of course. So we definitely have non-residents come all the time. It's just a little bit of a different fee structure. So we've got our non-resident rate and then our resident rate.
And so I know that various pools are open at different times of the week. Can we go into that?
Yeah. So for this upcoming summer, our plan is to have Strawberry Water Park open Friday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. So a little bit of a shift from what we've done in the past. And then aside from that, we've planned to have our Red Bluff and Sunset pools open on alternating days. So the way that will work is Red Bluff might be open on Monday, Sunset on Tuesday, and then Red Bluff again on Thursday and Sunset on Friday.
So will that change? Is there a possibility those schedules will change? Will it be posted on social media, or do people go to the website to find out?
Yeah, so there is a chance that it changes, obviously with inclement weather, or maybe we get to a place where, there's a high demand for those smaller pools and maybe we bump it up a little bit more. But yeah, I would say our website, our Facebook page, those are probably the best spots to get that information.
And what are the admission fees to each type of pool?
Yeah. Oh, putting me on the spot. I don't know if I remember them all.
Okay, well, that's okay. So you can check the website then.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, check the website and your social media, and that can also, will you all be posting to social media maybe monthly or weekly what the hours will be, projected hours and rates and things?
Yeah, so we're planning on hopefully pushing all of that information out here in April. And then I think from there, our plan will be probably monthly to have each of the pool's calendars up on the website as well as on social media. So it'll just be a living, breathing document that people can click on and view. So if there's any changes during the week or during the month, people can view it there.
And that would be pasadenatx.gov/aquatics.
Got it.
Okay, yay. I
Great
won the prize.
memory.
All right, let's talk about some of the special programs that are offered. I'm thinking it's mainly at the water park, the swim lessons.
Yeah.
Yep. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so swim lessons, we brought them back last year, big hit. And, it's obviously in high demand within the city of Pasadena.
Is there a minimum age?
So we actually start as young as 3 months old. So,
Really? And that would obviously be a mommy and me class or a daddy and me
Yep.
class.
Yeah.
Or an abuela and me class.
There you go.
Yeah, okay.
But those classes are great for just getting an infant, acclimated to the water, getting them, used to it in a fun environment. And then from there, it's really just teaching the basic skills. So teaching flotation, teaching kicking, and then just once again, reacclimating with the water, getting people used to putting their head underwater, getting their ears wet, and building up that confidence in the pool.
I need that class. How does one sign up for swim lessons?
Yeah, so our registration is all online. Once that registration posts, I will say make sure to be on top of it.
Jump on it, right?
Yes.
Okay. We know when that's going to open?
We don't
Keep
yet.
an eye on Facebook.
Yep. Yeah. So
Okay.
we plan on having it out in April as well. I won't give an exact date yet, but we do plan on having that first session post to our Facebook page here soon.
All right. So from the young ones to our seniors, lap swimming, do we still offer that, or has that kind of changed over the years?
Yeah. So lap swimming has kind of slowly made its way out.
It's not in vogue anymore.
No, yeah.
What is, though? We have something. I see the look on your face.
We do. So our big thing now is river walking.
Okay. What is that?
So it's really exactly what it sounds like. We've got our lazy river.
At Strawberry Water Park.
Yeah. And so what we'll go ahead and do is we turn on the jets. And so those in our active older adult community, they can go against the current, go with the current. We'll have flotation belts, water weights, and different things for them to exercise.
That's cool. Okay, that's got to be good for the joints, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so what is the sign-up process for something like that? And is that sort of follow the same time schedule as the pools being opened, or is that an off-season offering, or what is that?
Great questions. So for that, there is no registration process.
Okay.
So it's just a drop in, and you could do it anytime from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And that usually goes Monday through Thursday. So it's actually opposite of the water park schedule.
Well, that actually makes it nice because that was going to be my next question. If I decided to do that, am I going to get, undercurrented by a lazy river young person? That'd be a sight to behold.
Ooh.
All right. Well, since we're talking about Strawberry Water Park, I know that, first of all, Strawberry Water Park has a new employee, I guess you could say. Let's talk. Is it a him?
It is a him.
It's a him. Let's talk about Strawberry Water Park's newest employee.
Yeah. So our newest employee, Ripples, the otter. So Ripples, the otter, is our new mascot at the water park.
Okay.
And,
is he related to Bucky? Because I'm getting social media comments.
We keep hearing it. I think we're going to do a
cousins.
side-by-side comparison maybe,
That's good. Who wore it best?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I think I have a jumpsuit or something I can put on.
Put a little river walking belt on him.
There you go. See? But yeah, so he's our mascot, and he's been in the process for a while as something that we wanted to do and something that we've been working on creating. And with this being our 10-year anniversary.
It's hard to believe 10 years.
I know. It passed by quickly.
It did.
But we felt like what better time to really dive into Strawberry Water Park and start branding ourselves a little bit more.
I like that. And so Ripples will be showing up at Strawberry Water Park during open sessions? Will he be going out to schools or anything, or?
Yeah. So our hope is that after this summer, Ripples will kind of integrate himself into all of Parks and Rec.
I like that.
Yeah. So we want to have him at our special events. We want to have him at Christmas tree lighting. We want to have him at music and movie. Just as that mascot for Parks and Rec overall, but also for the water park.
No, I like that. I think that's a good identifying, hey, there's Ripples. Yeah. I think that'll be good. And so you did mention the 10th anniversary. So we have a big event coming up that's on May the 24th.
We won't give away too many details about it.
Okay.
We do want some of it to be a surprise. But we are hoping to, of course, have Ripples. We've got some foam machines going, so that will be a good time. But most importantly, we wanted to give back to some of the citizens and those who have come to the water park for all these years. So we plan on having a couple different giveaways and different prizes for people to win throughout the day.
Okay, and do people need to make reservations for that? What time will it open? Are we selling tickets? How does that work?
Yeah, so no reservations needed.
Okay.
What I will say is you just want to be the first person in line.
Mm-hmm.
So doors will be opening at 11, but what I always tell people is you might want to get there about 10:30, 10:15. Just so you can make sure that you get that spot and that, you also get a nice shaded spot for once you get in.
Okay, and will there be a charge to get in that day, on that
Yeah.
particular day? Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
And it's just the regular charge. So
Correct.
there's not an up fee or anything like that.
Nope.
Okay, so you talk about people waiting in line. That makes me know that there's high demand for the water park,
Mm-hmm.
high demand for the chairs.
Yep.
Last season, tell me about the throwdown.
Oh. Well.
This is just a cautionary tale, right? So can you bring in your own chairs?
Yeah,
to the
you
water
definitely
park?
can.
Okay,
Mhm.
so this will alleviate any throwdowns.
Yes.
All right, tell us what happened.
So we just had two individuals who, had some prior conflicts outside of the water park.
Oh, so it wasn't over a chair.
No,
I heard it was over a chair. You
I would've-
see,
I would've been
that
okay
is
with
how
that.
rumors get started, people. It's not over a chair.
Not over a chair. Not at all.
Okay, but you can bring in your own chairs.
Yes.
So no chair throwdowns
Mhm.
anymore. Okay.
Yep.
And what are some things? So we're going to go ahead and start wrapping this up. I did want to ask you this question, and I want to ask all of our guests that come. If there was something about your department or your programs or your job that you wish more people knew, what would that be?
Ooh. I would say the first thing that comes to mind is that there's a lot of hard work that goes into planning for just 3 months out of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to think, well, what do you guys do when the pools are closed? But there's a lot of lifeguard trainings, prep that just goes into making sure that those 3 months are as smooth as possible.
And facility maintenance,
Mhm.
things like that.
Yeah.
All right, here's another last question. We're going to have a lot of last questions because you're making me think of things. In the event the pool ever does have to abruptly close or change its schedule, what would be the reason for that? I mean, obviously inclement weather.
Yeah.
So let's say, you're having a pool day and if I recall correctly, thunder and lightning, those were the things
You got it.
out of the pool.
Yes.
So when that first happens, is it still where we get everybody out of the pool and we make them wait for a while, or do you automatically close?
Yeah. So what we've moved to is actually just immediately closing.
Okay.
So at the water park, the process for that is we go ahead and give you a rain day pass so you can still come back.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the main reason is we just want to clear that deck space because we do have a lot of metal on the deck, different things that can attract that lightning, that thunder. So we just want to clear the space as much as possible and get people to safety.
Okay. And if there were maintenance issues or anything that just surprises that would happen, or any kind of on the spot cleaning that needed to be done.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. So diapers are not allowed in the pool, I guess.
No.
Swim
Only
diapers.
swim diapers. Yep.
Swim diapers. Always bring a backup, everyone. Bring a
Please.
backup swim diaper.
Please.
I think we're going to leave it at that. I just want to thank you so much for joining us. And we look forward to pools are going to start opening when? On Memorial Day weekend?
Yep. So as of right now, Memorial Day weekend, but we might have a special surprise and open a little bit early.
Okay, so just keep watching y'all's social media.
Yep, just
I'm
keep
telling you,
watching it.
that's when, and our social media, so the City of Pasadena, Pasadena TX Gov, and then the City of Pasadena Parks and Recreation, Facebook, both of those, and our Instagram as well.
Yep.
We always share y'all's information, and we love the great job you do. And I know it's a lot juggling that many lifeguards and that many support employees, but we appreciate them all. And these kids are working so hard with their summer jobs. So, that's a good thing too.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Sajjad.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
This has been Pasadena Works, the podcast that takes you inside City Hall and beyond in 15 minutes or less, because your time and your tax dollars are precious.